The Ram truck is designed for play and for work, and the 2026 Ram 1500 has some new engines, some new interiors, some new trim levels, and we're going to test the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn. It's the middle of the trim levels, but it offers so much value that when you see the high trim levels, it gets a little pricey. The entry level, well, that's going to compete directly with Ford, GM, and Toyota. The Ram 1500 is available as a V6, a V8, or a twin-turbo inline six-cylinder. The trim levels, well, there's a huge array, everything from Tungsten, Laramie, Rebel, Bighorn, and there are other trim levels, whether you want an entry-level vehicle for work or a top-tier level because you want it for your only vehicle. The Bighorn has the black grille, LED headlights, driving lights that are really nice and bright, and tow hooks down below. There are skid plates, which is an option on our test vehicle. Under the hood of our test vehicle is the 5.7-liter V8 Hemi. Yes, the Hemi is back, but our vehicle has the e-torque hybrid engine, and that's an additional $2,895. I think it's worth it. It gives you 395 horsepower and 556 pound-feet of torque, and you can feel it behind the wheel, and we're going to test drive this vehicle in just a second. It's backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission, 4x4 with electric shift-on-demand transfer case, and of course, configurable drive modes. Fuel economy, 18 miles to the gallon combined. It has a 321 rear axle, so it's going to be pretty good on fuel, and a 33-gallon fuel tank. 0 to 60 time, 6 seconds. There's a lot of safety that's standard on this vehicle. There's also additional safety, which would be the available adaptive cruise control with hands-free drive mode. But it does offer standard a 5-star crash test rating from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. One new thing for the Ram trucks, a long 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's impressive, and the competitors don't offer it. Inside our Bighorn test vehicle, we've got the cloth seats. Again, you go to the higher trim levels like the Tungsten, you're gonna get leather seating, nice grippy steering wheel. All the controls are easy to use. Big, gigantic center screen, heated, and you can get vented seats on the higher trim levels. One nice thing, this gigantic glove box has 2 levels. One, you can just put some items here that we all have in our glove box. Further down, a gigantic, deep well glove box, and this is movable or removable depending upon what you're looking to do. Whether you want cup holders, there's wireless charging. I wish there was spots for 2 wireless charge ports, but it looks like they could do that in the future, as there is one on this area where you would clip your phone in. Grips on both sides for getting in and out of the truck. There are no running boards on our test vehicle. It's a good thing I'm a little bit taller, so it's not a difficult challenge, but some people do need that for whatever reason. In the second row, there is a ton of room, much like any other truck, but because this is a crew cab, you've got plenty of room. You can fold down the center armrest. There are 2 cup holders. Everything is cloth back here. The seats do fold up 60/40 as well. There's defroster and power sliding rear window. In addition, you've got 2 cup holders, pockets behind each of the seats, vents here as well, USB-A and USB-C charge ports, which I really appreciate, as well as a wall outlet. So if you want to charge your gaming station or your laptop, you can do that as well. 2 cup holders. All of this is really nice and comfortable, and tons of head and shoulder and leg room because this is a truck. One last thing to note is there are child safety latch systems on the outboard seats. I do like the Bighorn logo in black, as well as the Ram and the 4x4 across the back, all black on this military green color. Looks pretty cool. Inside, you've got the bed liner, which is part of that equipment group, as well as a cargo cover, which is highly recommended. You've got lights in here, as well as charging. Everything you need to make this a work truck or take it on a tailgate. Big exhaust and this step so you can get up into the bed. Class 3 towing, and it has all the electrical connections as well as brake controller up front. Every Ram truck has something the competitors don't have, a really comfortable ride, because it uses coil springs instead of leaf springs, which is traditional on a pickup truck. And what this is doing is giving you a softer, cushier ride and still gives you the capability for off-roading. There is also an optional air suspension, which you can adjust the ride height. 0 to 60 time, 6 seconds. But remember, there is a wide selection of engines, so pick the one that works best for you. Do you want the e-torque? Do you want the Hemi? What is it that you want? What are you doing with this truck? Which is traditional for a pickup truck. Whatever you're doing with it is what you buy. You don't buy things that you're never going to use its capability, whether it be off-road or towing. And so this allows you to pick what works best for you. There is a wide array of different engines and, of course, different trim levels. This is the mid-trim level, so you're going to get power driver's side seat, manual passenger side seat, but you do get all the technology. And one of my favorite technologies is this gigantic Uconnect screen, which is one of the best on the market. It is vertically mounted, but it has everything you need, and you can adjust different things to go in different sizes. Do you want your media to be larger or smaller? And so all of that is adjustable. Your controls are on the right and left side of the screen for driver and passenger side for your temperature, your heated seats. All of that is right here and super easy to use, as well as your fan speed, air conditioning, and all your climate controls. Further down at the bottom of the screen, and you can put your favorites in there as well, you've got your home, your media, your comfort, your phone connection, your vehicle connection, and apps. There is a wide selection of apps. That app screen is so long and the list is so intense that I highly recommend you hit those little stars if you own one of these, and it'll put it into your favorites, just like your phone, just like your favorite radio station. It'll allow you that flexibility that you would not get otherwise. And of course, gigantic navigation screen. Brake controller is in our test vehicle. That is an additional charge that you're using for towing things. Again, if you're not going to use this for towing, you just need a pickup truck, then you wouldn't want to pay extra for all those towing capabilities that come with this vehicle. Below that, you've got your front and rear park assist. There is a regular backup camera on this car. Standard around view cameras available on the higher trim levels or available as an option through a technology package. Below that, you've got USB-A and USB-C charge ports, which a lot of the brands have cut that out. I don't know why, but you want to be able to charge whatever it is you have. And maybe sometimes it's a laptop or someone else's phone, an older phone, whatever that might be. On the right side, much like that of the competitors, you have an upper and lower glove box, which is really nice to have depending upon what you're putting where. Big size, very gigantic vents, easy to use controls, whether you're wearing gloves, you have big hands or small hands like I do. All of that is great. Instead of having a shift on the column, which many of the competitors have, you've got a dial shifter directly to the left side of the center screen. It also has the auto off button, which I'm going to shut off because I really hate pulling up to a traffic light. And they're supposed to be removing this. I've covered this on my Car Coach Reports channel. This is supposed to be going away. The EPA removed it and told brands you do not have to put start-stop technology in. A lot of consumers don't like it, and there's also safety factors involved, and I cover that on the channel in depth. In addition, you've got your bed lighting, all of your off-road capabilities, which are huge. You've got two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. This is a true four-wheel drive system. You've got your high and low, your axle lock, whatever you need. It is right here in one area, so it's easy to use. On the steering wheel, same type of thing. All of your information you need. Your drive modes are here, whether you want to go up or down. You've got off-road, you've got sport, and you've got automatic. You've got snow, towing, and again, it's a little wet out today and it is very cold, but putting it into sport changes the little graphic in front of you. It shuts off its off-road capability. We're going to go to automatic because we've got some questionable conditions we're driving into here in the Buffalo area. I know you can put your smart aleck comments down below because everybody does. The left side has something that Ford offers and not all the brands offer, and that is pedal adjustments. A lot of people like to drive these vehicles. We all are different heights. Some people have disabilities and they need to have that pedal adjustment. So instead of going to an upfitter and having a modification done, the button is here on the left side, and you can adjust the pedals up to you or farther away depending upon your height. Additional storage here on top, as well as a charge port for a radar detector. Major plus. I do love that. Our test vehicle does not have a glass roof. It's not necessary. I like to have one, but it's not a make it or break it for me. And again, that's something that costs money, so you have to decide what works best for you. Our test vehicle has the Bighorn package for $945, which includes that very cool symbol of protest badge, as well as a 33-gallon fuel tank, active noise control system, and the GT exhaust, which is nice sounding. It also includes a night package for $1,495, which includes 20-inch by 9-inch wide aluminum painted wheels, accent color premium power mirrors, power color front bumpers, and a rear bumper with step pads. It also has the off-road group for $1,345, which includes a full-size spare tire, which I highly recommend, front and rear extra heavy-duty shock absorbers, electronic locking rear axle, fuel tank skid plate, steering gear skid plate, transfer case skid plate, speed control, and a raised ride height, as well as tow hooks. Our test vehicle does have the level 2 equipment group, which is $2,875. It includes this gigantic Uconnect 5 screen, which is 12 inches of vertical. I just like it. It's super easy to use. You've got your adjustable gauge cluster here, so you've got real gauges for the speedometer and the tachometer, but in the center, that's going to be digital, so that is adjustable. 9-inch amplified speakers and a subwoofer with this audio system. It is not their top-of-the-line audio system. If you want the top-of-the-line audio system, you're going to have to go up to a higher trim level or pay for that separately. Let's see. But Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and that 12.3-inch passenger display screen is also available. I'm not a big fan of this. This is a truck. This is not a Grand Wagoneer. So if this is something that you're considering, you should note that that is an additional fee. Part of the Bighorn package, which is our test vehicle, includes the body color fender flares, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, 8-way power adjustable on the driver's side and the passenger side. It's all manual. Again, you want more, you got to go to a different trim level. The second row does offer, as part of this Bighorn package, storage in bins that are down below. Really nice to have that, especially when you want to put emergency kits or things you don't want other people to see or find. Rear window that slides, that's automatic. There's buttons for all of that here. Very nice little features that make this such a friendly car to be as your only vehicle that you could drive every single day. The leather wrap steering wheel is really nice. It's heated. Again, all these controls, if you've driven any sort of Ram product in the past, you'll be very comfortable with the controls on this because they're just the same and they're easy to use. In addition, if you wish to step up to that Tungsten package, so I'll give you a little info on that, that can give you 24-way adjustable power seats, and you get the 23-speaker Klipsch stereo audio system, as well as many other goodies. Of course, price gets real expensive at that point. Our test vehicle has the cloth seats, which are nice, and some people like cloth, but there also is leather available on the higher trim levels, or you can get faux leather, as they say, vinyl, whatever it might be. So there are options available. Seating position is high, visibility is good, sill level is low, which I like, so you can actually see what's going on around you, which is important when you're driving a pickup truck. The towing capacity is 11,580 pounds. If you're going to go with the Hemi engine, it's going to change your towing capacity to 11,470 pounds. However, that is less than that of the rivals of Ford and General Motors, which both have a top towing capacity of 13,000 pounds. Some additional information on towing, which is what a lot of people use trucks for. The Ram plug-in hybrid has a 14,000 pound towing capacity, and if you really need a lot, you're hauling an RV, a trailer, horses, whatever it might be, you want to step up to that Ram heavy duty. That's where you're going to get the true towing capacity of 37,000 plus pounds. That means you're hauling a lot, and you want to have something that's capable. That is a great truck. Our test vehicle also has the bed utility group, which is an additional $1,495. That includes a pickup box lighting, spray and bed liner, which I highly recommend, exterior 115-volt AC outlet, deployable bed steps, 4 adjustable cargo tie-down hooks. Both 5-foot 6-inch and 6-foot 4-inch cargo beds are available in all of these trim levels, except for the extended cab body that only comes in a 6-foot bed. As I've said throughout this video, there are a lot of competitors, and I highly recommend you test drive all of them and check with your insurance. There are some pros and cons to note when it comes to the Ram truck. I really like the smooth ride for the pickup truck. That's because of those coil springs, optional twin turbo inline 6-cylinder engine, and the Hemi is back, so you can have that muscular engine if you want. Premium cabin materials are also available, lots of interior storage, and lots of different packages to make it personalized for yourself. On the negative side, that towing capacity is an issue, and if you're looking for towing and that's what you're doing with your truck, then you have to look for different engines to meet your needs. Also, one last thing, much like all the competitors, once you load it up to that top trim level, that's when it gets expensive, and you're at $100,000 for pretty much any of the competitors as well. Price point, that's where this vehicle shines. Starting at $44,000, you can get into a Ram truck, a work truck. That's a very reasonable price, all the way up to $90,000. When you add all those options on, it gets super pricey. Our test vehicle came in at $64,795. If you have any additional questions, put them down in the comments below. There's also additional information in the description, as well as my social media and ways to support me. You can buy me a cup of coffee. If you got value from this video, please like and subscribe. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.